When Kawhi Leonard initially joined the Los Angeles Clippers, he did so on a deal that lasted only 2 years with a player option for a third. It was a wise maneuver, one that perfectly balanced his financial and professional empowerment. The short length of the deal kept the Clippers accountable for their on-court product and off-court compliance with his demands, but it sacrificed very little in the way of security. Players like LeBron James and Kevin Durant have taken one-year deals in the past for the sake of leveraging that organizational accountability to the fullest, but doing so exposed them to a fair degree of financial risk. Leonard struck a greater balance. In the short term, he guaranteed himself $103 million, if he wanted it. As a superstar in his prime, he surely believed another max contract would be waiting for him at that point, and he wanted to maximize its value. He strategically placed the option after his 10th NBA season. When a player reaches 10 years of experience, they become eligible for the highest possible max contract, one that starts at 35% of the salary cap. That price point would be available not only to the Clippers, but to opposing teams in free agency as well. Had he decided he wanted to leave the Clippers after 2 years, he would have done so without leaving too much money on the table. If he wanted to stay with the Clippers, he again left himself several options. A 4-year deal starting at that 35% figure was almost certainly going to be available to him, but if he wanted a 5th year on that deal, he could have gotten one by remaining with the Clippers for 1 extra season. Teams need full bird rights to give that 5th year, and it takes 3 years to earn those rights. Leonard could have gotten to that 3rd year through his player option. The deal, as a whole, gave Leonard the flexibility to pursue practically any team or scenario that he would have wanted. That flexibility still exists to an extent. We only need to look to Kevin Durant in 2019 to see how eager most teams are to sign injured superstars. A torn Achilles is far more dangerous than a partially torn ACL. Leonard will probably return to the floor at some point next season. Durant missed the entire 2019-20 campaign. It didn't matter. He was still arguably the NBA's best player last season. Teams will expect the same out of Leonard. The upside of an MVP candidate is going to outweigh the risk of injury most of the time. But it might not forever, especially for a player with as many injuries to his name as Leonard. He has played 70 games in a season only twice in his career, a figure that probably won't change next year. It still isn't fully clear what led to him playing only 9 games in the 2017-18 season as a Spur, and the same mystery shrouded his knee injury during the postseason before the Clippers disclosed his torn ACL following surgery. Players tend to get less durable as they age.